Hello everyone, welcome back to the Budget Sportsman. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. We're out here today in the Black Moshannon State Park, headed for the Moshannon State Forest. And with me I've got Pastor Nathaniel and Pastor York. And we're gonna be doing an overnight, hopefully doing about 13 miles. And the cool part about this trip is there's a lot of streams. So we're hoping to do some fishing, maybe catch some trout along the way. So stick with us and enjoy the adventure. Well, y'all, we're in the Black Moshannon State Park. We're hiking out into the Moshannon State Forest, and we're on the Shingle Mill Trail, which is beside the Black Moshannon Creek, and it is absolutely gorgeous. One of the just most beautiful trails that I've been on in a while. But we're making good time. We're covering enough ground. We're about a mile in. We've got plenty of time to get where we're going for the day. So we're gonna go ahead and take a little break and do some fishing. Hopefully we pull out some trout. There it is, brown trout on the fly. That was so cool. It was so cool. Brown trout on the fly. Yeah, this is the best place we found so far. And just picked up a brown trout on the fly right here. That was sweet. I mean, it just looked like an awesome spot. Well, y'all, we've been fishing for a while now, kind of just poking our way along, doing more fishing than walking, but covering some distance. So it's about noon now. We've only done 2 miles, so we're going to try to pick up the pace a little bit, do a little less fishing, a little bit more walking, try to get another 3/4 of a mile or mile in, then we'll stop for lunch, and hopefully do a little bit more fishing before we get off the trail that's right by the creek. We talked to some guys back here that were hiking that said there are some really good fishing spots up along this creek. And oh, just every spot I come to looks so good. It's just beautiful. But if I fish every spot that looks good, we'll never get where we're going. We'll never get to the campsite that we planned for tonight. So I'm gonna just try to get some distance in for a while. Good looking spots along here. Yeah, sure. Oh, wait a minute. No, I want to. How about that big rock out there? You want to eat on those? Well, y'all, we're about 3 miles in. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We spent just a bunch of time dawdling around fishing. Probably have another 3/4 of a mile to go along the creek. And once we get past that, we're just going to make a lot of time. Hopefully stop fishing. But for right now, found this big rock. We're gonna have lunch. Looks like there's gonna be a, oh, it's hard to see on the camera, but it looks like there could be another potential fishing hole here. So we're gonna have some tortillas and peanut butter, honey, snacks. So what's your thought on the peanut butter and honey?
Haven't gotten to the honey part yet.
You've done the tortilla.
It's dripping on your leg.
Very sticky.
Pastor York, what's your thought on the peanut butter tortilla, honey?
Now, you shouldn't ask me that right after I took a bite. But no, I already knew I would like it, so it's very good.
Perfect lunch spot. Now, time to hit the trail again. Well, y'all, we finally made it to the end of the Shingle Mill Trail. We are at the Allegheny Front Trail, and we're 3.6 miles in. So for now, we put the fishing gear away. We're just gonna make some ground toward camp. What time is it? About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I think?
10 minutes to 2.
10 minutes to 2. So we've kind of dawdled here, getting these first 3 or 4 miles done, doing a lot of fishing, but now it's time to just make tracks. Let's go. Well, as soon as we turned onto the Allegheny Front Trail here, we started our first real incline of the day. We've been just following the creek all day. But as soon as we started up the hill, the terrain totally changed. It's just wide open timber. It's really cool looking. And it's been really neat, the variety of different habitat or flora, whatever you want to call it. Just been quite a diversity so far today already.
Great trail.
However, these inclines kind of reveal my physical condition, which is not great. Well guys, check out this cool part of the trail. I mean, this is incredible. It's a mowed path of the Allegheny Front Trail through these beautiful ferns, open forest. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, we came up that hill and crossed the plateau down the other side, and now we're down by the Moshannon Creek, not to be confused with Black Moshannon where we were earlier. This is nicknamed the Red Mow because it has been contaminated, I guess, by some acid from the old mining. I'll hopefully get a view here and I'll give you a look at what the Red Mow looks like and you'll understand why it's called Red Mow. But it's pretty cool because once again we've changed sort of the terrain, the landscape here, and now we're basically just walking through this path of rhododendrons. And the creek, the Red Mow is right over there. It's just amazing. This trail has been fantastic. And the company, well, the company's, you know, pretty good. We were just standing here talking about it a minute ago. It kind of makes you wonder what happened or what this creek was like before it was polluted. Must have been a beautiful creek. I mean, the water now is so clear you can see all the rocks and everything. It's just colored red, but it's been cool before it was contaminated and everything, just crystal clear water. That'd been pretty cool. Beautiful stream.
Absolutely.
And once again, we've had another terrain change. Now we're back in this kind of open hardwood and pine forest, rocky trail again, but just another cool area. There's a little creek down there, a little tiny runoff down there flowing. It's pretty cool. So we got probably another, let's see, maybe 2 miles-ish to camp, and supposed to be another good stream to filter out of a little bit further up that will prevent us from having to filter water from the Red Mow. None of us are too excited about doing that. I think we're down to about less than 3/4 of a mile to our camp spot, but we just crossed a little clear run that I think is our best chance to get water, so we're going to stock up on all of our water before we make the last little push to camp. Make sure we have plenty to drink and plenty to do our cooking tonight and in the morning. So get our filters out and resupply on some water. So what's going on right now, Pastor Nathaniel?
Well, it's called I didn't look at the instructions before I brought them.
Aren't you glad we have cell phone signal way out here in the middle of the wilderness?
I know, it's a huge blessing right now. I'd be lost.
You having fun yet? Hey, Pastor York, do you have your water filtered?
I do have my water filtered and filled and ready to go.
Yeah.
Pastor Nathan, how about you?
I have my water filtered also. So, Pastor Nathaniel, what you doing?
Just put my water filter back together. I'm back in the bag. Put in a day's work.
I'm really sorry.
Get it all put back in
I'm kind of sorry. I shouldn't make fun of you.
Sad part is I have no water still.
Pastor Nathaniel, I just had one question for you.
Yes?
Is this your water filter?
No. I have great friends that came along with me on this hike and letting me use their water filters.
Well, we got our water filtered up. Got about 3/4 of a mile. We kind of slowed down these last couple miles, a little bit rocky trail, but got about 3/4 of a mile to go. We're looking forward to getting to camp and setting up. Got plenty of water to get us through the night now, so I'm anxious to see what this campsite looks like. It's supposed to be a pretty big area, enough for a couple of tents. So
Hopefully it's got some soft tent setup areas.
yeah, Pastor York back there is hoping that they got mattresses laid out waiting for him and some air conditioning.
Room service.
I think once the sun goes down, the air conditioning will kick in, that's for sure.
Sure it will.
It's supposed to be down to about 50 tonight, so I think it'll be nice and cool. Should be a nice night out here.
Get a nice fire going.
Oh yeah, hopefully have time for fire. It's 4:49 right now. We should be to camp, oh, I don't know, if we're slow, by 5:30 probably, and have some time to hang out, make supper, and just relax a little bit. Well, we got to the place that we thought was going to be camp, and we've all kind of agreed we're going to try to push on about another 1.5 miles tonight to get to the next trout stream so we can wake up in the morning and just start fishing. But before we do that, we got to have some supper. So we're going to cook up some Nor rice side chicken, broccoli, rice, some pasta blend, and we got some Star-Kissed chicken to add in. So we're going to have a nice little meal of chicken, broccoli, rice, and chicken. Got some water boiling, and hopefully in a few minutes replenish those calories we've been burning today. Well, I tried doing 2 bags of Nor rice side in 1 pot, and as you can see, I'm pretty full, so that may have been a little bit of an overstretch there, but we'll see how it works out. Hey, Pastor Nathaniel. What are you doing?
Putting a filter together.
What did the video just say, Pastor Nathaniel?
Minimal setup. So I'm learning how to do minimal setup.
What kind of filter is that? It's from Catadine?
Yeah.
Hey, Pastor Nathaniel, could you repeat what you just said?
My filter's all finished. It's ready to pump some water.
I'm actually excited to see how that filter works. It's supposed to filter pretty quick, and we got to get to another water source first. We're getting close to eating supper here, and there's something else I was going to say. I don't know. I've given them a lot of grief about that water filter, but it does look pretty cool. So after 9 miles, we're enjoying some delicious food
At Lay Fry.
Well, we got supper finished up, and Pastor York, he got his backpack on, and once he got on, I said, well, once I'm wearing this, I'm going to start moving. He's pretty wore out, I think, and but the supper certainly gave us some new energy. We got about 1.5 miles to go. We're hoping to get up there. We got about 2 hours till dark. Hopefully get up there, set up camp, and if we're lucky, have a little bit of time to do some fishing. So I'm going to put the camera away and try to cover that last 1.5 miles before we get to camp. Well, we're back on the trail again. And this is our last, I'm puffing and panting. This is my last, our last big uphill, really our only second big uphill of the day. And the camera does not do it justice, but it is pretty steep. I think, if I remember correctly on some of the map and info I was reading, that there might be an overlook up here looking back down over that Red Moe Creek. I'm hoping so, because it's getting into that nice evening hours, nice light. A nice overlook would be nice right now. Well, y'all, we took a little side trail right here to get to this overlook, and that's the Red Moe down there. With the way the sun's going, you don't see the red as much, but that's where we just were, way down there. Not there, back downstream further, but we just climbed up from down there, and that's a pretty view. It is a pretty view. Well, we should be nearing the next campsite option here, but we got to go through this rhododendron rock climb thing here. Ooh, that's a burner. Feel the burn. I wasn't expecting this. I thought we were just going to cross that road and be like right down to the creek. Oh. Walking down that hill, I thought, boy, I feel pretty good down that road. And boy, right away, it smacked me in the face. Oh, I think we made it to a campsite finally. Looks pretty decent. Oh, this looks so nice. This looks so nice. Oh, right down here by the creek, there's a nice fire ring. There's some flat spots for some tents.
We have seats.
Oh, this is so lovely. Well, y'all, we finally made it to camp, and we found a place that we're quite happy with. Hope you can hear me over the sound of the creek, but we are right by the creek. Let me go ahead and give you a little camp tour of what we got going on so far. Over here we have a fire ring, and on the other side of the fire ring, I've got my tent. This is the Ozark Trail 1-person tent, $27 from Walmart. This is my first time trying it out. Super excited. I think it's gonna be really cool for a 1-person tent. Over here is Pastor Nathaniel. Pastor Nathaniel's sleeping in my old hammock. I haven't slept in that thing in years, but it's lightweight, easy to carry with the cheap Ultimate Survival Technologies tarp over it. Yeah, it's a little bit too short and the hammock's not the best, but I think it's gonna work out fine for him. And over here is Pastor York. He's got his, with his Sundome 3-person Coleman tent, I think. He's gonna be living in luxury in that big tent. we're getting everything kind of settled in right here and moved in, settled in. We got, probably another 30-40 minutes of light down here in this valley at the most. So we might build a fire, might do a little fishing, might just sit and do nothing. That's still yet to be determined. Actually, you know, the good news is the one thing we're not gonna do, we're not gonna sit and try to figure out a water filter because Pastor Nathaniel already did that. Good morning, y'all. It's about 7:30 in the morning. We all just got going again. We turned in pretty early last night, but I don't know, how'd y'all sleep?
Better than I should have.
I don't know, I kind of slept off and on, but got some good rest. But it's a little chilly this morning, so I'm gonna go filter some water, and I think we're gonna have some hot chocolate, and I'm gonna have some peanut butter granola bars. How excited are you right now, Pastor Nathaniel?
I'm pretty pumped.
You make the best facial expressions. That's why I keep coming back. Well, y'all, we got some yummy breakfast in and got our camps all packed up. It's about a little after 9 o'clock. We weren't moving too fast. We only have, I think, somewhere between 2 and 3 miles left for today. And we're just kind of trying to get back to the truck by lunchtime is all we're trying to do. And hopefully get some fishing in along the way. And we're hoping that maybe we can get a couple more trout. We haven't done too well on that so far, but wish us luck. Oops. What'd you? Oh, he's gone. Sorry.
No,
did you get the picture you wanted?
I did. I got a picture on my phone. He hit it like 5 times. I thought it was a creek chub, but I remember watching.
That's what I expected to catch in here was a bunch of little native brook trout.
But I remember watching an older guy on a video, and he's like, they'll hit it and then leave and salt because they missed it, and he kept hitting and shooting back underneath.
Where was it? Right here in this?
No, it was right there.
In the middle?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so I just kept throwing it back, and he kept trying to get it, and then finally he just took it.
That's awesome.
Good job.
How's that feel?
That was cool.
Catching a trout on a fly rod, especially, I don't know, the native brook trouts like that, just little tiny thing is so cool.
Well played, Pastor Nathaniel.
Thank you.
That is so cool.
That's that one. Okay, picture right
That is so awesome. Congrats.
there. That's fun.
Well, y'all, here we are. We made it. I think it's something about 12.7 miles or something, but counting all our detours to fish, it's probably over 13. But the truck's just around the corner. I think what we're gonna do, we still on for mashed potatoes and ramen?
Let's do it.
Sure.
These guys want to give the ramen bomb, mashed potatoes and ramen, a try. So before we head out, we're gonna have some ramen, mashed potatoes, and who knows, might get in a little bit of fishing before we actually leave this area, but without the packs. So let's get our backpacks off. Well, we're gonna do the famous ramen bomb, but we're gonna do ramen and mashed potatoes, which I've done before, but we had a leftover pack of this Star-Kissed white chicken pack that we didn't use last night with the rice. So we're gonna go ahead and add some chicken in with our ramen and mashed potatoes and see what these guys think. All right, I want to see what the reaction of these guys is when they taste this.
Here we go.
Honest
Make a real sour face.
honest review now. Honest review. Good or bad? Honest review.
It's hot right now. I know that. I can see the steam.
Very good.
Wow. Yeah, I'd eat a ramen bomb any day. I'm gonna introduce it to my kids.
They already like ramen, so.
What are you doing?
Well, y'all, there it is. That's the end of our trip. We had a wonderful time. 2 good friends here, and hopefully better friends after this. I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, but Pastor York here is a longtime subscriber. I remember we were at a men's retreat together, and I had 30 subscribers, and I told him about it, and that night he and his son both subscribed, and I was so excited because I had 32 subscribers. So I still remember that very vividly. I was at 30 subscribers, and that was a couple years ago, and he's been a faithful subscriber and watcher. So sure glad you guys came along. Hope you all enjoyed the adventure. For me, 10 out of 10, would do it again. And I also want to say a big thank you to those who maintain the trails here. They were so well marked, so well maintained, easy to navigate. So big thank you to those of you who are volunteering your time to maintain the trails. Until next time, remember to get off YouTube and get outdoors into God's great creation.